Hi there, MAGA Patriots, freedom-loving people. I just posted an extremely insanely long video on Rumble. I really got to talking. I couldn't see what the time was. It's like almost an hour and 40 minutes. But you have 2 or 3 weeks before I post again. So just watch it in segments, if you will. And let me just say something here, because I didn't get to everything I wanted to talk about. But occasionally, there's always calling people names, saying they're conspiracy theorists. Okay, well, a lot of that conspiracy stuff is true. But how do you judge that? One of the ways I do it is, like, let's say you see a documentary and it's showing you this and that, and you're going, wow, that kind of makes sense. Is that true? Okay. I would not use that. I mean, use your own judgment. But let's say you don't know much about the subject, and it kind of seems true. Like, for example, let's say you thought, well, the moon landing was fake, and they'll take a snippet of this and a snippet of that and put it together and go, wow, it was faked. First of all, I absolutely do not believe it was faked. For what you have to, what I think a way to look at it is, if good people in the field are being silenced, that's a clue. And I'm saying use your own thinking process, but if good people are being silenced, a lot of good people who know about that issue, can't talk. They're being denigrated, their funding's being cut. That usually means, so this is how I knew about the whole climate alarmism issue. As I was looking into it, these people wrote really good books, they really looked into it, but then their funding would be cut. They would be bad mouthed. You're a climate, they were called names, okay? But if it's just like, oh, look, they're saying this, and you can tell. I don't even like to look at the things about the moon landing, because that's just ridiculous. Do you know how many astronauts went to the moon? Okay, they're all different personalities. At the end of their lives, if nothing else, they're going to speak out. They're not going to say something cryptic. Do you know how many people worked on the rockets? Do you know how many people were involved? So, I mean, I don't want to get into those kinds of things, because there's just too much that has to happen, and I don't hear it from the good people. So when I look at things about the pandemic, well, I don't want to talk about that on YouTube, but a lot of things about the treatments, and these were good, very good scientists, and I'm not saying just scientists know, but doctors and others who were speaking out were having difficulties. So that's one way you can know, or one way you can come to a decision. But be very wary of just watching one documentary, because it's easy to pull things together and weave a story, and you go, wow, okay, yeah, that looks fake, those videos of the moon. It's like, holy moly, do you know what they would have to do? I mean, I come from the space business, so that would just, the scale of it, and the fact that nobody credible talked about it at the end of their life. Oh, come on. And they brought back moon rocks, and they left equipment there. I mean, it's just so absurd, so absurd. So, I mean, you want to think that the earth is flat, we didn't go to the moon, fine. But there are so many more important things to deal with. And so that, to me, is how you look at it. If it's just being called a conspiracy and people are being called names, then that means you're just going against the narrative. And that's a different story. I am totally against the narrative in almost all cases, because the narrative is propaganda. And I want to use my head, I want to think, and I appreciate those people who are brave enough to think and to speak out. Hope you watched my video. Maybe not right now, but whenever you've got time to just listening to me ramble on about all the things I'm discovering and thinking about. And it's down on the link below, and see you on Rumble. Bye now.